Welcome to sunny Kansas Speedway. Qualifying underway for the SIDECAR Gen 6 Cup League. Part of the Sidewinder Racing Leagues. Check them all out. It's Sidewinder. I don't know why I started it that way. Discord.gg/Sidewinder. There you go. I'm a little sick. Bear with me. Try to keep my voice intact. Try to put some rest in it so we can give it a go here in the broadcast. Who knows how long it'll last. So far, it's going okay. Casey Graves, first car to get a lap in the 01 True Speed Toyota. Ian Montrose goes second quick. So we watch Graves around the backstretch in his second lap. Daniel Llewellyn, top of the board in the 32. We'll hop over to Daniel here in a moment. Wait to see what kind of lap the 01 puts in. Jeremy Scherer goes third quick. Second lap for Graves, much quicker, 30.416. Top of the board goes Casey. Let's see if Daniel can answer. Number 32, 712 Brake Chevrolet. We ought to give him 23 because 23 hasn't been showing up. Daniel's second lap puts him fourth. Travis Scripture goes second. And the Skittles machine on his second lap. Travis Martin third. Ian Montrose fifth. And Jeremy Scherer jumps up to fourth, knocks Daniel back down to fifth. Mike Chris first lap puts him seventh, 30.855. Every single driver's gone quicker on second lap, so we'll see how Mike Chris can do. Fun fact, Mike Chris won the first ever ASMR League race I was in with him. Way back in the day. 2020 callback. At the stripe, 30.428. Should put him second quick. Mike Chris on the front row. Check in on Mr. Virginia Short Tracks, Cliff Mullins. Done some racing, done some spotting. Currently working down in South Boston. Across the line for Cliff, 30.797 on lap number 1. See if he can dig and get after it here on lap 2. Quinn Newton starting to roll out on track. As we watch Mr. Mullins, our Daytona 500 winner this year. Ooh, I'm dizzy. Probably doesn't help watching cars go in circles. 30.472 for Mr. Mullins. Goes fifth quick. Jump in on Quinn Newton. It's on his first time lap, running it up high. Getting some heat in those tires. So this lap should be plenty slow. Teammate to Mike Chris, who's sitting second overall. Take a look at the points real quick. See Quinn Newton right there in 12th. Outside looking into that 10 driver chase. 10 drivers will have 10 races to go for a championship. Across the stripe, Quinn Newton. 30.860 on his first lap. That's kind of in the neighborhood Mike Chris was. Mike Chris was a 30.8 on that first lap, so we'll see if Quinn learned from his teammate. Running it low in 1 and 2, keeping it off the wall down the backstretch, staying out of that little bubble that develops up there and slows you down. Right back down to the bottom in 3 and 4, missed it by about a tire width. Now on to the flat, shortest distance to the line, 30.464 should be good for 5th. Davis Greenwell. Brat Green, number 20. 30.922 in that first lap. Also teammates with Mike Chris and Quinn Newton. Hayden Lowell started to roll in the 56 machine as we watch Davis on his second lap. It's nice of the drivers to spread themselves out and give us something to watch during qualifying. 30.519. Doesn't hit a 4, but he does go to 7th. Most of the drivers on that strat hit a 4 on that second lap. You got to have a 4 to get into that top 6. Check in on Hayden as he starts his qualifying. Across the timing line and on to his first lap. Art Music colors on the 56 this week. These gray and purple. Looks matte too. Nice scheme there from Hayden. Down the backstretch he goes. I believe he considers this one of his home tracks. It's got to be either this or Iowa. Blake Giglio's graced us with his presence in the 26 car. So he has joined the registration. Hayden crossed the timing line, 30.8 on his first lap. Kind of consistent with the top few drivers. Hayden always a threat for pole. A lot of speed in this car on the short runs. Nice and smooth wheel. He also misses the bottom by about a tire width. See if that's a deliberate line. Right around the grass. 30.3. My goodness. It fall to the top of the board with our first 3 in qualifying. 30.387. Absolute heater from the 56. Takes the top of the charts. Nobody else on track at the moment as we show you Hayden slowing down, coming back around. We got 7 cars that could come out and qualify. In the final 3 minutes, we'll see if anyone takes that option. Hopefully they do. Give us something to watch besides Hayden on his cool down lap. But holy smokes, what a heater. While we wait for other drivers to pop out there, we can have a quick chat with Hayden. Pull him up here. Well, that's a heater of a lap, sir.
Hi.
Hi. Just knocked down our first 3 of the qualifying session. How the hell did you do that?
Hold her to the floor.
Perfect. All right, we'll see if it holds up with 2 minutes to go here. Good luck.
Yeah, I was trying to tell Blake how to qualify, so we'll get back in there and give him no.
Give him no information. That's pretty sure that's what he was about to say. Blake Giglio has the Star Wars car. He didn't get to run it last week, so he's running it this week, and it has the green on the door, which is funny. There you go. The Star Wars car making its presence 1 week after Star Wars Day. I'm still laughing at the green on the doors. That's hilarious. Wonder if I can fix that the next minute. Blake's first lap, right in consistency with all the other low drag first laps in that 30.8 range. See if he can pick it up on lap number 2, get himself in the top 5. Very tight numbers from about 4th back to 7th. Very on top of each other through there. Across the stripe of lap number 2. Blake goes to second, tucks in right behind Hayden, so he'll be on the front row with a minute to go in qualifying. Doesn't look like anyone else is headed out there. I'm going to try and get Blake's paint fixed. I messed it up. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's, nope, not there. Maybe here, nope, not there. Alright, well your pole sitter has got to be Hayden Lowell, so let Hayden chat for a bit. Well, you gave him just enough to qualify second. Now you're on pole here for this Kansas race, and I believe you consider this one of your home tracks?
Yes, this is the closer of the 2 home tracks, so we're in that beautiful ARC music scheme tonight.
Heck yeah, the beautiful purple for the Lincoln, Nebraska-based ARC Music. And tell us about your thoughts on the race coming up here. 200 laps around Kansas, the half-miler?
The mile and a halfer. I don't know. We'll see. We'll had some tough luck in sidecar, but putting it on pole, getting the number 1 pit box is always a good thing. Well, tires I think are going to matter tonight. We'll see if we can keep it up here with all the good cars tonight, Blake Giglio especially. I want to give you some shit really quick. You left the number boxes on.
I noticed
when you exported.
I noticed. I was trying to fix it, and I'm trying to figure out what his car number is. iRacing number is.
Hang on, let me live troubleshooting on air.
Yes, let's do it.
Blake Giglio's iRacing ID. If I can spell his name, is
overrated.
538598.
So 538. I gotta find the damn car. I can't find it.
It's the Camry. It's the Camry. Stock cars. Toyota Camry.
Oh, I know that. I need to find the paint.
Camry. Oh, well, yeah, that's the next one.
I need to actually. I can't find the Star Wars car anywhere. see Fort Worth and okay, I think I'm in. Yep, that's the problem. I was in the next gen folder. I don't need
That would do it.
Don't need a next gen. It's not gonna be there. There's a Star Wars folder. There's the Giglio car. Open that. We're making progress. The drugs are not helping. Trust me. Oh my god.
I will. Here, let me DM you that number.
Too late. I have a problem.
Oh no.
Yep. Oh no is the words. Let me try to
Oh,
open this.
there it is. I'm gonna go make the announcement on the race. Okay, bye.
Thanks, bye.
Where's my chat?
Your pole sitter giving us a quick chat there. We're still trying to fix Blake's paint. Just give us 2 seconds. There's a save folder. Quick access. Paint. Scroll down to Toyotas. Stock cars. And Toyota Camry. Oh my gosh. Change it to Targa. Field is rolling. I think he was the 538. Save. Okay. 32 compressed. Okay. Go here. Control R. Let that load in. Hopefully we fixed it. Good times. All right. Field rolling on its pace lap here as we try to get our starting lineup in. Cars all jumping out there on the racetrack. Blake's the only car that hasn't updated yet, the one we wanted to see. Well, let's roll through our starting lineups really quick, presented by our friends at the Wadded Goons. Hayden Lowell is your pole sitter in the 56, Blake Giglio in that 26 Star Wars car, which we did fix, starts in second. Casey Graves starts third in the 01. Fourth will be Mike Chris in the 22. Fifth, Travis Scripture in the 18. Travis Martin in the 63 starts in 6th. Quinn Newton in the 88 starts 7th. Cliff Mullins in the 37 and 8th. Davis Greenwell in the 20 starts 9th. Jeremy Scherer in the 15 starts 10th. Daniel Llewellyn in the 32 starts 11th. Ian Montrose in the 1 12th. Nick Cooper in the 12 starts 13th. Bradley Wilson in the 50 starts at 14th. Brantley Bryant in the 52 starts 15th. Philip Schmitz 16th in the 07. Taylor Friday 77 starts 18th. And Russ Harold in the 19 starts 18th as we get the green flag. And we are underway from Kansas in the Yellow Brick Road 300. Thanks once again, Wadagoons, for our starting lineups. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Fortunately, all your drivers are mostly safe in this digital racing world. Casey Graves trying to take the second place away from Blake Giglio and does so on the start here. Travis Scripture ahead of Mike Chris. As positions are changing rapidly as the early portions of this race will kind of be a bit drafty. Then the tire wear will come in. Casey Graves in the second spot comfortably. Mike Chris trying to get ahead of Blake Giglio to 22. Blake probably going to be on tire save strat. He gets to the bottom and stays down there after the initial start. Mike Chris going to power on the outside, take over third. Blake Giglio will be content to let people take the high lane as he pulls up in front of Travis Martin. The top 3 get mostly single file. Casey Graves going for the lead around the outside of Hayden Lowell. Hayden has taken to the bottom to save tires, seeing Blake doing the same thing. Oh, Hayden made the sesh, Matt. So yeah, you may not have perms, but you can make calls and I'll get them done if we have to. We'll make it work. Casey Graves, Hayden Lowell, Mike Chris, your top 3 is Mike Chris gets big out of shape in the 22 machine, sliding towards the inside wall. Able to keep it off the wall, but he is slow rejoining the racing surface. He'll have to catch back up. Nick Cooper is a ways back as well, so he'll have company back there. Casey Graves ahead of Hayden Lowell as Casey Graves gets a lap led for his season. Teamwork, Travis Martin in the 3rd spot. Cliff Mullins, Jeremy Scherer, your top 5. And here comes the 50 of Brad Wilson. What is Haven driving purple? It's the Arc Music colors. Yeah. Arc Music. It's from Lincoln, Nebraska. Pretty close to their home headquarters. So running the Arc Music colors for this race. Travis Martin in 3rd. Looking to the inside of Hayden there. Cliff Mullins looking to the outside of Travis Martin. They get single file all the way back to Davis Greenwell. Davis going around the outside of Blake Giglio. Just ahead, Jeremy Scherer. Cliff Mullins. Mullins gets up by the outside. Whoa, they're wrecking. Davis Greenwell gets into, I believe that was Brad Wilson. Brad Wilson spins out. We get our first caution. Davis Greenwell getting up into Brad Wilson, spinning him out. That triggers our first caution. Let's see if we can get the drones out. Take a look at what happened. Maybe didn't know he was 3 wide. Yeah, the 52 gets the outside of the 50, and maybe Davis didn't know that. Kind of looks like he was going for a 2-wide maneuver, gets into the 50, turns him around. Brad Wilson going for a rad. Fortunately, I don't think he hit anything too terribly hard. No, he's okay. Just a little spin for the 50, and drivers had 6 laps to figure out how their cars are going to act in the traffic. Good news for Mike Chris. He gets to catch back up after that long slide and save he had in the 712 brakes Ward Burton machine. Nick Cooper gets to catch back up as well, so those cars fortunate. Let's see if Mike Chris is hanging out down in chat. Yep, there he is. Let's have a quick chat. Oh, Casey Graves and 56 stay out. Mike Chris, DG, you got a copy?
Hey, what's up?
Not a whole lot. Looks like you went on a hell of a ride coming out of the corner, but were able to save the race car. And now you get to get caught back up into the pack and back in the action. So this caution worked out really well for you. What happened there when you slide?
I don't know. It was weird, man. Like, I mean, Hayden said he kind of led me into it because he hit the wall too. I don't know about that, but I just think I don't know. I guess I hit it a little bit, misjudged where I was out on the track, and then I don't know why it shot me down. Maybe I wasn't gripping the wheel tight enough, or just I don't know. I don't know what happened. I'm glad I saved it, though. I don't think I got any damage. So.
Yeah, no damage and good save. They kept it out of the inside wall, and now the
Yeah,
caution.
I was a little scared.
Caution puts you all the way up to third. Staying out here, what's the strategy on the fuel looking like?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's still. Maybe it's not I think it's still 4-stop race from here. I mean, they definitely will have a little bit of advantage staying out longer, but I feel like it's might as well just get the track to just back. I guess I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest with you.
I've told everyone the amazing story of how you won the first ever ASMR League race I was in.
Oh yeah.
when I fought for you to get the win because your ass won and the admin thought he had won it.
And then you know what? That league blew up, but I'm kind of glad because it led us here. So.
Yeah, we created this crazy world we've been living in the past few years.
Yeah.
Do you believe we're coming up on 5 years at the beginning of June?
I literally can't. It's wow.
Absolutely insane. Well, thanks for being part of it. We appreciate you, my friend, and let's keep that car going in the right direction for the rest of the race, all right?
All right, I will see.
Good luck. Mike Chris in the 22. Sitting in the third spot after not pitting, along with Hayden Lowell and Casey Graves, the top 3. Everyone else came down. Looks like fuel stops for most cars. Daniel Llewellyn's actually back on the pit lane, topping off once again in the 32. Cliff Mullins took some damage repair. He had 56 seconds. So we'll check in with Cliff and see what he was working on. See if we can track down the 37 right quick. Cliff, DG, a copy?
Yeah.
We saw you sat in the pits for 56 seconds. Did you get some damage?
No.
Just had to pee?
No, I had to fix my screen.
Oh boy, well you got it working now?
Yeah, that's good.
All right, good luck.
Yep.
Well, there's your report. Some technical issues with the 37 car is why he sat on the pit lane for a minute. Didn't think he had any damage, but a long stop like that's usually indication that they're working on some damage. It's going to be Graves Lowell, your front row, after not pitting on that stop. That caution. Skill issue. Silly bull. All right. Back to green flag action we go to start lap number 9. It's going to be Casey Graves getting a jump in the 01, getting clear of Hayden Lowell. Travis Martin sits in third. Blake Giglio in fourth as he works to the outside of Mike Chris. Nice tight pack racing for a little bit here until the tires wear out. Then it'll be very important to be able to have some rubber to stay in the lane you want to be in. You heard Cliff say it's going to go top dominant pretty quick in pre-race. We're going to go 3 wide for second. Why not? Blake Giglio in the middle of Travis Martin and Hayden Lowell. Ford, Chevy, Toyota. 3 wide. Hayden backs out of it. Blake Giglio takes over that third spot. Now he's going for second on the inside of Travis Martin. Casey Graves watching all the action in his mirror, happy he's not part of it. Now we're going to go 3 wide with the 52, it looks like, and thought better of it. Blake gets ahead of Hayden. Travis Martin in second. We watch Hayden Lowell battle Jeremy Shearer, and then we are going to go 3 wide. The 22, the 52, and the 18. Early in the runs, this is what it's going to look like. So they get spread out. Absolute insanity. Cautions could be breeding cautions here at this race. Mike Chris gets a really good run, but nowhere to go with it. Closes up to the back bumper of the 52. Just, they were already 3 wide. He couldn't take that run anywhere. 50. Brad Wilson all the way up by the wall. Top 4 have gotten, top 3 really, have gotten single file. Then Jeremy Scherer wants to go around the outside of Blake Giglio. Blake in save mode once again, running right around the bottom. Scherer takes over 3rd. Travis Scripture in the middle of 3 wide. We've seen a lot of 3 wide. We got 3 Toyotas 3 wide. I didn't even know we had that many Toyotas. Crazy. Entertaining early action here at Kansas Speedway in the Yellow Brick Road 300. I forgot I could type that in on the scoreboard. Casey Graves, Travis Martin, Jeremy Scherer. And Jeremy's under attack for that 3rd spot is Brad Wilson. Shenandoah Shine Green, or Mint, or Teal. I don't know what you want to call it. He's taking that 3rd spot, no matter what color that is. Beautiful looking race car. Slides up in front of Jeremy Scherer. Trying to get the push from Scherer. Scherer doesn't want to push him. Brantley Bryant takes over the 4th spot. Here comes Mr. Montrose. Ian trying to look inside for 5th. Drops down in front of Travis Scripture in the Skittles machine. I know it says Scripture, but damn it, that's the Skittles paint job and everybody knows it. Brantley Bryant up to 4th. Montrose able to get by Scherer, at least mostly. Now clears him. Travis Scripture on the inside. Wanting to take 6th spot. The Shine car is battling for 3rd. Briefly, Brantley Bryant was alongside. I think they'll work together and try to push back up to Travis Martin. There is Travis. 3/10 up the road. The more these 2 cars don't side draft each other, the better they'll be able to try and catch. But here you go, Brantley Bryant putting a little air on that rear spoiler of Brad Wilson anyway. Slow the pack down as the top 2 can get away even further. Oh, nearly contact between the Shine teammates. That was really close. That allows Travis Martin to gain another 10.5. Ian Montrose takes over Brantley Bryant's spot in 4th. Travis Scripture trying to take the spot as well. 5 Toyotas, says Race Control. 5 Toyotas in the field. No, we have less than that. Good to see some balance out there. Still need more Fords, though. There's a lot of Chevys. The Fords need some help, too. Oh, Jeremy Scherer, speaking of the Fords, gets contact with Davis Greenwell. Davis saves the race car. You see a couple of Fords back here with him. In 12 and 22, Nick Cooper and Mike Chris. They get that sorted out and nobody crashes. Now we're 3 wide up ahead with Scherer, Hayden Lowell, and the 07 of Philip Schmitz. Schmitz Friday Racing up there. Nose to tail. Uh-oh. That's the 52 in the wall. Brantley Bryant scraping the fence. Lap number 18. These guys acting like they don't have 200 laps to go today. I'm here for it. Makes the broadcast entertaining. See the top few cars have moved up to the high line. Travis Scripture in that 4th spot. The top 5 gets single file. Ian Montrose battles Hayden Lowell. Brantley Bryant trying to get to the outside of Script and pull him back again. Wants the 4th spot back. High lane probably going to prevail here. Ian Montrose tags the wall a little bit. That allows Scripture to jump up in front. And we go single file all the way back to 10th place Taylor Friday. Taylor Friday and Nick Cooper side by side as Friday clears Cooper. Now pulling up on Jeremy Scherer for 9th. Hello, fellow being human. Long time no see. Don't know why it says your first time chatter. I know we have seen you before. Welcome back. Maybe you changed your name or new account. Taylor Friday now with Blake Giglio and the 12 going 3 wide. Now the 12, Nick Cooper, trying to get to the outside of Philip Schmitz. Daniel Llewellyn has fallen out of the draft pack. And he is gaining ground on Russ Harold. Out of the corner, they get it all single file. Blake Giglio, 12th, looking to get to the inside of the 07. As Mike Chris, teammate, right behind him in the 22. And Quinn Newton, 88, another teammate, lined up nose to tail. All those low drag machines. Twitch wouldn't give you your old one back. Oh no. Well, that's why we got a first timer from a guy who's not a first timer. Glad you made your way back. Brantley Bryant, Travis Scripture, that is up in the top 5. So they trade that 4th spot, and now Hayden Lowell's going to try and get past Travis. Hayden to the bottom. He already got the 18. He's working on the 52. 56 really surging. It's like he has decided to use up a little of that tire he's been saving. Drivers get 75% fuel tanks and 5 extra sets of tires, 6 total, including the ones they started the race on. 52 going to move down, put a little air on the spoiler of the 56. 18 kindly did not do the same. You have highlighted your message, Hugh. Brad Wilson past Travis Martin for 2nd. Has him clear. Travis going to get a good run. Does he cut back to the inside? Yes, he does. Travis Martin trying to get his 2nd spot back. Ghostman having a good run so far in the 63. Oh, Hayden Lowell right across the nose of the 52. They both go into the outside wall. Here comes the 18. The 18 is going to get turned by the, I believe, the 1 car. Travis Scripture saves it, keeps it out of the wall. He's going to drop to the back of this group. But hopefully he has enough speed to get on track and stay in the draft here. Well, that was crazy. That allows Hayden to take over 4th, Brantley Bryant 5th. And then they are in a wad back here. Montrose lost a lot of speed from that. Still in 11th. Mike Chris 10th. That's pretty good, Hugh. There's your top 2. They have 2 tenths over Travis, and then Travis has a half second over Hayden. Hayden has almost a full second over this 3-wide battle. Oh, they're not clear. Oh, they're definitely not clear. Taylor Friday up the track, 3 wide, takes out a wad of cars. It's the big one at Kansas. 3 wide was a terrible idea, and geez, the whole field's in it. There are 3 meatball race cars after that. And a huge crash. All started when a not clear went bad. Taylor Friday up the track into the 15, carries the 15 up into the 52. I don't know if she knew they were 3 wide or not, but Taylor Friday just making a wad of a mess. Davis Greenwell gets collected.
Oh! How many cars finished the race on the lead lap? I got 2.
From Davis
I don't
Greenwell.
want to state the obvious, but you guys are not very smart.
Just couldn't get it woe down in
No,
time.
they are not.
Whatsoever.
I mean, it's just stupid. Like, every move I see, I'm like, what is going on?
The interesting part is they never attempt to be any better.
Almost had it clear, did the 26. Got tagged by the 15 at the end there. Bryant, Taylor Friday, and the 15 of Cher. Cher comes
52 in the EOL, please.
right back up the track, collects the 26.
What did I do? Well, fuck, I'm waiting for you to pass me. Goddamn, I want to go in the pit.
Greenwell is not meatballed.
I'm trying to go as fast as I can. I'm kidding.
Tonight.
The meatballs are...
Well, you're on a fucking free cylinder.
Montro's got a black
I
flag.
get my blacks cleared. Should have passed him on the yellow so he wasn't catching up.
Race control.
Well, I mean, it's what happens when somebody just doesn't know that they're through wide or something. I don't know. I sure as hell got a through wide call and got fucked.
Not a car's gonna be repairing damage here. Let's see, Giglio and Newton.
Someone keep me up here in that pace car.
Quinn Newton, Davis Greenwell,
Entering 3.
Daniel Llewellyn, Ian Montrose, Nick Cooper, Philip Schmitz, Brantley Bryant, all fixing damage that don't have meatballs. Meatballs on the 15, Jeremy Scherer, the 77, Taylor Friday, but deservedly so, and the 22 of Mike Chris, all meatball. 3 meatballs to try and clear. T-Mark calling out where pace car is for the cars trying to repair damage. See, no nose on that 52 back there.
My car just broke on pit exit. Too bad your fucking mouth don't.
Oh. The hood is up on the 20 and just flapping in the window. Oh my gosh.
What happened, brother? How'd I come out ahead of you?
I slid too far.
There's the view for Davis Greenwell's on board.
These Toyota brakes suck.
That's amazing. That is quite amazing. Back down the pit lane he goes, and as soon as he slows down, his hood drops back down. Wow. Lap 29, drivers 3 wide, driving way too hard for a 200 lap race. Crash out, 3 cars get meatballed. Unfortunately for Jeremy Scherer, Taylor Friday, and Mike Chris. 3 cars have gone a lap down, Ian Montrose, Quinn Newton, and Brantley Bryant, as they try to get repairs. And long race, hopefully they'll get back into things. Pace car is off though. Travis Martin, your race leader. A lot of cars topped off. Not a lot of cars in this lead pack right now. Get the green flag on lap number 29. Travis Martin jumps out to the lead. Brad Wilson, Hayden Law, Cliff Mullins, Casey Graves battles for 5th with Travis Scripture. We'll see if the other cars can keep up with the pack after all the damage. That was a huge wreck. Travis Martin was able to get Brad Wilson on the pit lanes. Brad Wilson slid through his box a little bit, but not too worried for Wilson fans as he goes back to the lead here over Travis Martin. We got 6 cars in the lead group driving away from Nick Cooper. Cooper has Russ Harold, Blake Giglio. See the damage to the rear of the 26. That car looks evil. Doesn't look like it's driving very good. Daniel Llewellyn catching up. Daniel gets the wall a little bit. As the field is now spread out. Quinn Newton, a lap down, moving past Ian Montrose for the lucky dog. So those 2 cars 1 lap down. See the 19, Russ Harold. Russ still in the lead, lap in 8th. And drivers are going to be wanting a caution with all the damage, but they're not going to get one, I don't think. The field quickly spread out. After that one wreck, everyone decided to chill out. Wilson, Martin, then Lowell, Mullins, Scripture, your top 5. Casey Graves running in 6th. Nick Cooper's trying to run him back down, and I think he's kind of making ground. He's within a 2nd of that lead group. Probably needs to pull up a little bit to feel a bit safer, but he's losing ground. He's down to a 6-car lead pack. Cliff Mullins going around the outside of Hayden Lowell. I guess we'll put it in the teammates when convenient category for Hayden. Travis Martin looking outside Brad Wilson. Mustang versus Toyota for the race lead. Travis running that high lane at Kansas. Ghostman clears. Could be Brad Wilson wanted to drop back. You see the 63 get a bit out of shape coming out of the corner. Travis Martin takes over the race lead.
Sorry, I'm so tight. Sorry, Daniel.
That was a strange giggle.
Did he cast me out? I bet he did. That was, yeah. Sorry.
Let's take a look, see what happened between the 1 and 32. Daniel getting a run on the high lane. Ian slides up in front of him, then gets a bit out of shape. Daniel had to cut back to the inside. No contact. Should be okay. You got Scripture and Graves battling. Mullins going around the outside of Brad Wilson. The top 6 cars all took 4 tires and fuel and back out into the action without damage. Everyone behind that had a bit longer stop, a bit longer stay on the pit lane. Casey Graves going to go around Brad Wilson. Brad could be in save mode now. Travis Martin, Cliff Mullins, Casey Graves, Travis Scripture around Brad Wilson, and then Brad in the 5th spot. Hayden Lowell, Brad Wilson could be in full save mode here. Those cars usually have speed later in the run. Nick Cooper just doing enough to hang on to the tail of the draft right now. Let's see if he's able to continue to stay in that draft or not. Russ Harold in 8th, Daniel Wall in 9th, Phil Schmitz in 10th.
Can I just park it? We only got like 10 cars.
And Newton, Ian Montrose, Davis Greenwell. If you only had 10 cars, why are you 14th? Brantley Bryant fixing repairs. Scherer, Friday, and Christopher all trying to get repairs done.
I mean, when one person takes out half the damn field, it's pretty easy to only have 10 cars.
What'd you say, Brantley?
When one person takes out the whole damn field, it's pretty easy to only have 10 cars.
I still maintain if there's only 10 cars.
No, the Jim came up on me and, sure.
Wait, who was it? Mine will end up on the 77, most likely. 77.
I thought Davis was like, I thought you cost it. Mr. Martin's under attack. Cliff Mullins looking to the high side. He'll get the nose of that curly Chevrolet up there. Cliff Mullins trying to take the 37 back to the lead. Our Daytona 500 winner. Picked up $500 in cash to start the season. Travis Martin in 2nd. Casey Graves, Travis Scripture, Brad Wilson, Hayden Lowell still in this lead group. Nick Cooper's losing ground now, 1.3 seconds back. Good Friday seems to have left the session. Jeremy Scherer has cleared his meatball. He'll rejoin the race 14 laps down. Green is Davis Greenwell. Casey Graves takes the race lead in the 0-1. Cliff Mullins now 2nd. Travis Martin running the higher line as the top 2 go low. Travis Scripture down bottom. Hayden Lowell down bottom. Top 6 breaking away from the field. Nick Cooper runs in 7th. Russ Harold is 8th.
Roger, 4 by half.
Daniel Wallen is 9th. Philip Schmitz 10th. Blake Giglio 11th. Wounded race car. Quinn Newton is 12th. 1 lap down. Ian Montrose 1 lap down, 13th. Davis Greenwell 14th.
51, you got one on your inside, one on your inside.
Who?
51.
He cheating on me? Who the hell's a 51?
That's what I was wondering.
Y'all see that 51 out there? He must be a ghost. No.
Clips are not bad.
We're drama free without the 51 out here. Let's not bring the 51 here.
Well, I'm here, so we're gonna have drama, damn it.
You clip the hood? Hell yeah. Hey, Bolt, throw it in the Discord for Sidewinder.
I mean, any
There's the
race with
clips
me and
channel.
you in it, there's gonna be drama.
You and I? English class? Come on, Brown.
Really? For English classing?
I took an English class 2 years ago, still don't remember shit from it.
Lap 45 of 200. Massive wreck if you just joined us on lap 28. Took out quite a few really good cars.
What the hell, 20? Hey, that's your fault. Hey, no drama.
Oh my.
51 out here, no drama.
You want to drama. Oh man, just runs him out of room. Blake was already in the wall a bit though. Oh my gosh, that car is handling so bad. Nick Cooper.
Slow. Oh, 32 on me.
Nick Cooper went to the pit lane and I think he is
we
done.
did that. We've known that for years.
Cliff Mullins having some technical issues there. A little bit of blinking.
Hey, I can make fun of him, you guys can't.
Nick Cooper seems to have retired the 12 car.
Why can't we? Because he takes it out on me.
Well, maybe he should take it out on Blake.
Mike Chris still fixing his meatball, sitting on the pit lane in 18th. Car was very badly damaged. Taylor Friday retired from the event in 17th. Brantley Bryant still getting repairs in 16th, even though it wasn't meatballed, it was apparently an optional repair. Casey Graves, Travis Martin battling for the lead here at Kansas in lap 49. Closing in on the quarter mark. I don't know where the stage race info is going to go, but let's find out. Right there. Put that in and out. Haha. Fun. Halfway is the end of lap 100, obviously. That is where the points go out to the top 10. Blake Giglio holding that 10th spot. Quinn Newton is catching him. If it stays green, that'll be something to watch for the 10th spot. Casey Graves, Travis Martin, Hayden Lowell. Hayden to the bottom along with Brad Wilson, Travis Scripture, and Cliff Mullins. Top 6 all in contention together. Russ Harold 7th by himself, 2 seconds over Daniel Llewellyn. Daniel has Philip Schmitz. That is the 8th place battle. A couple of Camaros side by side. Quinn Newton there, but 1 lap down in 11th. He took the time to repair that race car a bit. Quinn holding one to the lucky dog over Ian Montrose. Davis Greenwell 2 laps down in 13th now as Nick Cooper retired from the race. Jeremy Scherr's back out there in the 15. He was in one of the main cars in that big wreck. He was part of that 3 wide.
Yellow, 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 yellow.
The hell is Davis yelling about? Oh, Blake Giglio gets in the back of Davis Greenwell, sends him up the track.
The wall right there. I didn't mean to check you up that much.
4X between those two cars, and Davis yelled yellow
No,
even though he
you're good.
didn't spin. Hayden Lowell trying to take second from the Ghost Man. Arc Music Machine battles the Ghost Man. There's Hayden just chilling in there. Still got his Napa fire suit. Side by side behind him. Travis Scripture, Brad Wilson for the 4th spot. Now Hayden Gets in between. Back single file down the backstretch. This camera is much quieter. You guys might be able to hear me. Travis Martin to the top of the wall there. Hayden still burning on that inside line. Jake from State Farm, let's go 10 cents. I haven't seen him stream in a long time. You'd have to ask guys that might know about why, but I don't know why. Jake might know.
Hey, NASCAR, take a look at the 20 to 26. We got some beef.
Yeah, we've seen it a few times. They've been beating and banging. I go watch the front. They get single file again. Philip Schmitz and Daniel Llewellyn, they're still battling hard. 8th place battle. And there is Blake and Greenwell. Greenwell 2 laps off the pace. You see the 26 just loose as hell with that left rear the way it is. Gets into the wall. That thing is driving wickedly. I'm amazed Blake's kept it on the lead lap this long. Thing does not look like it's driving good at all. Top 6 still giving us some entertainment. The 01 Casey Graves, 56 Hayden Lowell. Battle for the race lead as Hayden trying to get inside. Doesn't quite get there to the rear spoiler to dump air on and slow him down. But we have the battle for 3rd. Ghostman and Brad Wilson. Mullins and Scripture at the tail of the group. Scripture lifts a little bit to let Mullins not have the air dumped on him. And here goes Hayden for the race lead again. Hayden surges ahead. Has him clear. See if Casey Graves tries the crossover or not. Does not do it. Hayden, wanting to protect the outside, keeps drifting up the hill, forcing Casey Graves to the bottom. Graves eventually goes down there, but Hayden Lowell has the preferred top lane. That's why he protected it as hard as he did. He'll slide up in front of Brad Wilson. Not quite. Wilson able to get to the outside of Casey Graves as well. Casey going to drop another spot. Gets in front of the Ghost Man. So our leader drops to 3rd. Mullins and Scripture are still going at it. Battle for 5th. Russ Harold's fallen back to Philip Schmitz and Daniel Llewellyn, so that's a 3-car battle now, 7th, 8th, and 9th. As they all battle one another. Up 59, we had the big wreck 30 laps ago, so these cars starting to get towards the end of the fuel runs. Hayden now out front of Brad Wilson, Casey Graves, Travis Martin, Cliff Mullins. That's the battle for 4th. So they have dropped Scripture down to 6th. Mullins might be better served a second behind Travis and push him back up before they lose that lead group. Looks like Casey Graves, the 01, riding the wall a little bit. Didn't hit it hard enough for the 2X, but definitely got a piece of it. Hayden's caught up to Davis Greenwell to put him a 3rd lap down. Which means Blake Giglio is not far from going a lap down as well. Hayden sweeps by on the inside, and there is Blake just up ahead, and that car's so wicked. Good luck, leaders, getting past the car that doesn't know which way it wants to go. The rear suspension on that 26 is broken. Giglio wheeling it as best he can. See the 26 back in, wiggling every which way. He's trying to keep it down low and let the drivers have the side they want.
You motherfucker! Well, I'm trying to reach the lead.
Blake Giglio to the pit lane. I think he's going to retire the 26. He sped it onto the pit lane. Probably race done, and it is.
At least I know that move will work later. What'd you say I was?
Top 6 still all together.
Shoot, I got a speeding thing. Shoot.
Davis Greenwell speeds it onto the pit lane. I think him and the 26 might be done. Top 3 have broken away a bit from Travis Martin, Travis Scripture. Brad Wilson jumps around Hayden Lowell. Hayden's going to cut it back down to the inside. See who leads at the line. This will be a fun finish. It's going to be Hayden. Hayden Lowell leads that lap.
Hey, DG, can you drive me into Shine, please?
Back Davis down to Shine.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Well, we're at 64 laps complete. It's getting dark. Darkness is setting in. Made it through the sunny portion of the race. Oh, Brad Wilson tagging the wall there. Casey Graves third. Travis Martin caught back up to this lead pack. Travis Scripture 3/10 back. Cliff Mullins still in this lead group. Casey Graves drives it straight to the bottom, trying to get past the 50. Brad Wilson keeps it all the way up by the wall to not get side drafted. Intelligent, high IQ move there by Brad Wilson. Your brain tells you to cut the corner down low, but if you do that, you're going to get side drafted. Brad hangs on to second. Travis Scripture working on Travis Martin. The Travis's battle for fourth. Who's going to be the supreme Travis? That's 67 of 200. Means we're at the 1/3 mark of the race. A lot of torn up race cars early. Senseless 3-wide battling. Taking out a lot of competition. Brantley Bryant had a lot of speed. Nick Cooper, unfortunately, out of it. Blake Giglio, Davis Greenwell, Jeremy Scheer all knocked well off the lead lap. Mike Chris leaves us 11 cars, 1 lap down or less. 9 on the lead lap. Travis Scripture breasts the wall. Cliff Mullins starting to drop back. He's a half second back from the rest of the top 6. No Hoytsmas this week. They're out of town. Uh-oh. Travis Martin in the fence. Ghostman entered a little high, rubbing against the wall. Opens the door for Travis Scripture to the inside. A Mustang and Camry battle. Davis Greenwell cleared his black flag, and back out onto the track comes the number 20. I think he sat there and took all the repairs on that nose to get his car driving good again. 9 laps down, he rejoins the race. Lap 69, Hayden Lowell out front. Brad Wilson tagged the wall lightly there. 3/10 back from the leader. It's Casey Graves, Ian Montrose side by side. Ian now 2 laps down in the one machine. You see Davis slow on the apron. I think he just wanted to get out of the way. Russ Harold hits the pit lane in the 19 machine. 41 laps since they had gone green. He decided it was time to come down. Cliff Mullins, 37, one of our top contenders, decided it was time to hit the pit lane. Clifford getting the 4 tires. When do we see the rest of our top 5? Nobody this lap. Somebody in the background coming down, but not one of our lead contenders. It looks like Ian Montrose, the 1 car, now that he went that extra lap down, decided to come to the pit lane. Russ Harold getting back up to speed in the 19. He pitted from the lead lap. When Newton 1 lap down, hoping for a caution soon. Four cars officially out of the race. Nick Cooper, Brantley Bryant, Taylor Friday, and Mike Chris. All after damage. That lap 28 wreck. Hayden Lowell, Brad Wilson starting to pull away a bit from Casey Graves, Travis Martin, and Travis Scripture. Someone just blew up.
And Travis. I think you are too, but.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Third and fourth coming down. Casey Graves right at the cone. Locked him up a bit. Hopefully he woed it down in time. Casey Graves did not woe it down in time. Black flag for the 0-1. It's going to knock him out of the lead pack. Casey Graves speeding onto the pit lane. Unfortunate for him. Travis Martin was clear. That's Travis Scripture pitting from a third. We'll see if Hayden and Brad come down. Looks like Hayden keeping it low. He could be coming this time. 46 laps. And Brad Wilson sliding the 50. Look at him getting down to the pit lane. Hayden woed it down. Able to get it to the pit lane speed. No black flag for Hayden or Brad Wilson. And the top 6 all are on pit lane right now. Travis Martin down and away. Rejoins the action. Cliff Mullins goes around his outside. Cliff takes over 4th. The top 3 are on the pit lane. Hayden Lowell, Travis Scripture, and Bradley Wilson. See the 0-7 Philip Schmitz rejoining the race. So he goes past Casey Graves. Casey Graves serving that black flag in the 0-1. See in the background, Quinn Newton has pit in the 88. Casey Graves has gone a lap down due to his speeding penalty. I'm sure he's about to be released right about now. There you go. Casey Graves down and away in 9th. Hayden Lowell rejoining the race. I think Cliff may sweep around him. And there he comes out of turn 2 at full speed. Cliff will take the race lead. See if he's able to maintain that back to the start-finish line and pick up a lap lead. This Cliff pit 4 laps before everybody. Had the fresher tires for a bit. And Clifford leads a lap officially. Gets bonus points for his season. Looks like Davis Greenwell retired the 20 car. Cliff Mullins, Hayden Lowell, Brad Wilson in the lead group. Travis Martin is 3 seconds back. Travis Scripture 4 seconds from Travis Martin. Daniel Llewellyn up into the 6th spot. Russ Harold 7th. Philip Schmitz 8th. Casey Graves 9th. Quinn Newton, your current top 10. Graves and Newton 1 lap down. Ian Montrose 2 laps down right here with the lead group. Oh, Brad Wilson got really close to Hayden. Ian Montrose got a piece of the fence there. Brad Wilson throwing air on the back of Hayden Lowell. Hayden pushing Cliff down the track stretch. Oh, Hayden disappeared. Where'd Hayden go? Where's Hayden? Hayden. Yo, Hayden. There he is. Oh, my God. Hayden, long time there. Let's make sure he knows that. Oh no, Cliff Mullins, Brad Wilson make contact. Cliff not going to be very happy about that. Let's go back and look at that. Brad Wilson, Cliff Mullins for the race lead. Owl Netcode gets involved, and that shoots Cliff out of shape. Someone definitely made the lists. I don't think Cliff's going to care that there was netcode there. Brad Wilson, Hayden Lowell, your top 2. Seems to be between them for now. Cliff Mullins has the bit older tire. He's going to struggle to keep up. Then you have Travis Martin, 3 seconds back. Travis Scripture, 2 seconds from Travis Martin. Daniel Llewellyn, 15 seconds back. Russ Harold, 7th. On the lead lap. Philip Schmitz 8th on the lead lap. They're all bunched up. 3-car battle for the 6th spot. Then Casey Graves 9th. Quinn Newton 10th. Ian Montrose 11th. All those cars one lap down as Montrose is ahead of the 50 right now. And then Jeremy Shearer running in 12th, 13 laps down. Blake Giglio still sits on the pit lane getting repairs in 14th. Don't know if he's rejoining the race or not. Have not heard from the 2016. It's like Ian wants to hold on to that one lap down spot just in case, but there's not a lot of cars running near each other. Just this group and this group. Daniel Wallen, Russ Harold, Philip Schmitz. You can post it there, you can post it up in highlights up at the top. Either one will. Or both. Both's fine too. It doesn't matter, dude. Wilson leads behind the lap machine of Ian Montrose. Montrose starting to say one lap down. Sure, the lead trio not overly pressed to pass the one. Coming up on halfway, the top 10 will get bonus points at halfway. Right now, that goes back to Quinn Newton, even though he's a lap down. As that big wreck really took out 12th through 18th. 7 cars. Casey Graves dropped back on the speeding penalty for green flag pit stops. Looks like the drivers went about 46 laps. Let's go on board with Cliff Mullins and watch the lead trio from his perspective. It's a bit loud in here. I'll try to talk louder. I got Salem on his dash. That's cute. That's his cat, if you don't know. You see him driving in a bit higher. You hear the tires squealing. That's how you know you're using them up. Brad Wilson trying to overtake the lap machine. Can't see Hayden Lowell is the thing. There you go. Hayden's gone to the tail of this group. Jeremy Shearer, he's gone 43 laps, so he's got to come in and refill this machine. Go back to Hayden watching everything up ahead. I don't know if Hayden was trying to pass or push Cliff there. Seemed like he thought about passing and then changed his mind and pushed him. You hear him lifting on entry there, so no longer full out as they told him about earlier. Free Dan. I don't know who Dan is. Might be a Mooncar joke. Jump out of the onboards is nice to get a little onboard action. Ian Montrose now pushing up ahead of Hayden Law. Here's a battle for the lead. Cliff Mullins to the inside of Brad Wilson. Oof. Oh, Hayden gets in the back of Cliff, turns him down to the apron there.
Sorry, Cliff, just trying to help.
That does a good job hanging on to it. Ian in the wall there in the one. Hayden this time does not get into the back of Mullins. Slides up in front of Ian. And looks like Ian's going to try to help Cliff stay ahead of Hayden. Didn't hear anything out of Cliff after that contact. Hayden sweeps around to second. Let's see, 16 laps since Cliff Mullins, now 17, hit the pit lane. 4 laps better on fuel is Hayden Lowell and Brad Wilson. They came down 4 laps later, four laps better on the tires and fuel. Russ Harold, last car in the lead lap, also pit same time as Cliff Mullins did. Daniel Wallen, it's been 14 laps for him, 13 for Schmitz, 13 for Scripture, 14 for Martin. That's how our top 8 are looking. Casey Graves unfortunately hit with that speeding penalty. He was in the top 6. Came down, busted for speeding, lost 40 seconds with the hold. Quinn Newton in 10th. Ian Montrose now 2 laps down as he's back to that group. And Jeremy Shearer 12th. There he is, still out there running. We have a lead change. Let's go see how that happens. Looks like Hayden running the top. Brad Wilson Gives it to him, and Hayden want to sweep around and use that preferred lane for speed to take the lead.
Cliff,
And
did
they're
that give you damage?
pulling away from Cliff.
I don't know.
Cliff not keeping up with the top three. 1.3 seconds back and dropping. So now it's just Hayden and Brad Wilson out in front. Well, they're going to battle for the stage win in 10 laps. Back and forth, entertaining battle, trading the lead. Can they do this for the next 10 laps? 10 laps to go till the end of halfway. They give out points to the top 10. Both of them run the top down in 1 and 2. Hayden pulls down to break the draft. Didn't want to let 50 machine draft him down the backstretch. Yes, that's a 50. He taped a 0 over his normal 1 so that he could be the 50 in this series. And still let everyone know he's typically the 51. The top two, if they have broken away from Cliff Mullins, Cliff 2.5 seconds back. Didn't look like Hayden hit him that hard in the rear. But Cliff does have 4-lap older tires. Maybe that's playing a role into why he's fading. Cliff gone soft. Me for not wrecking Hayden after he got in the back of him. Brad Wilson continues to lead, and this is the closest battle on track. Top two. Hayden looking to take the race lead back. Takes the Arc Music machine down to the low line. Does not get the quarter panel of the 51 as Wilson kept it gassed up off the corner and stays ahead in the Shine Toyota. This race really could be 100 laps. We don't need the extra 100 in this race.
Well, if that gave you damage, Cliff, I do apologize. I was really just trying to help, give you a push.
And catching Russ Harrell to put the 8th place car a lap down. One of the better races this season for Russ. Russ has had some struggles here. Out there figuring things out. I believe Russ is relatively new to iRacing, so we're glad to have him out here. Ethan said the only way Hayden can make up for Cliff being 3 seconds back is to right hook Brad Wilson and take both of them out. I don't think less cars is what we need. Friday did what I did in CTC Wednesday, not realizing 3 wide coming up off the bottom, thinking it's 2 wide and causing mayhem, absolute mayhem. Chip Mullins and Travis Martin are now together. Battle for third has opened up. Travis Martin's been able to run down Cliff Mullins as Mullins pit about 3 laps before Travis Martin, so he's got 3-lap older tires, and that does matter at a track like Kansas. Team Art running down Cliff Mullins, and the battle for third shaping up. We're about halfway to the next pit stop cycle, maybe a little past. So they go about 45 laps-ish. I get a notification that Bull is the new top clipper at 5 views for the clip that he posted. Never seen that notification before, so that's cool. Travis Martin's taken over that third spot. Now Quinn Newton has been caught. Quinn already 1 lap down, trying not to go 2. Remember, it's the end of lap 100 for the points. Brad Wilson clears Quinn. Brad trying to break any draft from Hayden. Hayden has to get way away from Quinn to try and not get pulled back with the side drafts. Probably will mean Brad Wilson has the advantage coming to the end of the stage. Opens up a big gap between himself and Hayden Lowell. Hayden losing ground down the backstretch as he tries to get momentum once again, but I think Brad Wilson will be able to roll to the stage here relatively easy. Hayden gaining ground, but he was a little too far back after the Hayden passing the 88. I believe Quinn maybe coming to the pit lane, and he is. Quinn Newton, 24 laps into the run, heads to the pit lane. Stage end trigger. Brad Wilson gets the stage win and 10 points. Hayden Lowell gets the 9. Travis Martin 8. Cliff Mullins will pick up 7 points for him. Travis Scripture gets 6 points. We may have to hit this button a few times. Philip Schmitz will come across, pick up the 5 points. Daniel Llewellyn grabs 4. Harold will eventually come across and pick up 3 points. There he goes. Casey Graves grabs the 2. And Ian Montrose, he's got to go a whole other lap. At the moment, Ian Montrose would get the last point at the end of halfway as Quinn Newton seems to have retired the 88 car. Quinn had just gone 1 more lap. He would have picked up some points for halfway, but he did not. Quit a little too early. Did not make it to halfway. Brad Wilson, Hayden Lowell. About the only battle right now. Travis Martin and Cliff Mullins are 7/10 apart with a lap car in between. It's the only other battle within a second of one another. Probably about, I was going to say, a way before the next pit cycle. But Russ Harold, 33 laps on the pit lane. 19 car grabbing tires and fuel. Allow Ian Montrose to get past. Ian moves up to 9th. Travis Martin 4.6 seconds back, losing a little ground to our leaders. Sure, he'd love to get back in that lead battle. Harold rejoins the race. 2 laps down now after making his pit stop. He'll be the fastest car on the racetrack. Fall off is almost 2 seconds from Brad Wilson's best lap to his last lap. That's 31 laps into a run. Of course, draft could play a bit of a role on that best lap as well. That time by 32.6. Russ Harold puts down a clean lap. We'll tell you what he's running with the fresh tires. Russ Harold getting back up to speed. Travis Scripture starting to reel in Cliff Mullins. We could have a battle for 4th coming in. Russ Harold's last lap, a 31.2. His best lap, a 31.0. So over a second, almost a second and a half quicker than the race leader. That's how much she can pick up with the fresh rubber. Neil Wallen just ahead of our leaders. Daniel running 7th. Able to avoid all the catastrophe, but about to lose the lead pack. Still a good run for the 32 team. Once again, Hayden catches a car and has to change his line to try and not get side drafted. These cars, the Gen 6 Cup car, very, very sensitive to side draft, so it's very important if you want to stay with somebody not to get side drafted. Can he clear Daniel? He does, just barely. Daniel may have grabbed the fence a little bit and then dives back to the inside not to hit anybody. Daniel a lap down now in 7th. 6 cars left on the lead lap. Next one to go a lap down is Philip Schmitz. Schmitz Friday Racing having a mixed bag day today. Friday making that mistake on lap 28, causing the massive crash. It took out 7 race cars. I guess technically 8 because Quinn Newton was damaged on that one and has retired from that race. The lead battle still exists. And soon Cliff Mullins will fall to Travis Scripture. We'll see if Cliff decides the pit soon. He could probably use the short pit to regain the lead group, but I think we'll see the same thing we saw the first time where they just pull away from him eventually. Need to be able to go 40 some laps. Cliff's on 40 right now. Probably needs to go as long as he can to not have to do an extra pit stop. Got that green flag look to it now. We've lost about half the field. $11 cars still running. Jeremy Shearer about a lap and a half from passing Quinn Newton for 11th. Props to guys like Shearer that'll stick with it and pick up positions. Always appreciate that. Here is your battle. Travis Scripture has caught Cliff Mullins for that 4th spot. Cliff knows it. Leaves the top open. Travis Scripture completes the pass for 4th spot. Back up to our lead battle. There still knows the tail. Hayden Knoll, Brad Wilson, 1 and 2. Pit stops looming. We'll see when the 37 comes. He'll be the first one out of the lead lap machines to pit, I do believe, based on length of stint. He's on 42 laps and counting. The rest of the car is 38, 39. Travis Martin just hit 40. If they make it to 120, then they can definitely make it 2 more stops. That could be what Tripp's trying to get to as close as he can. I think he can get to about 116. And if he makes it to 116, I think he can 2-stop it to the end. Or I guess 1-stop it. You know what I mean. 1 more stop about 40 laps later. 42, 43. Should have enough to make it to the end. So I think Cliff will pit in the next lap or 2. Go on board with the 37. Hear him clutching it there. Yeah, he's trying to make it, I think, to the end of 116. Into 116 would make it 42 and 42, which he can do because he's on 45 now. So if he pits here, he's good to go with 1 more stop. Hayden Lowell and Brad Wilson trade the lead while we're watching Cliff Mullins save the fuel. Let's see if Cliff pits here or no. It's like, no. Interesting. He could pit here and make it one more stop, but he chose not to. Staying out there. A little surprised. Hayden out in front of Brad Wilson. So those two have traded the lead once again. Chevy versus Toyota out front. Travis Scripture, Cliff Mullins, there's Travis Martin. He was... Oh, Travis coming now. Travis Martin peels it off the racetrack. Daniel Llewellyn also on the pit lane. Travis Martin, Daniel Llewellyn, they both get woed down and onto pit lane. Cliff Mullins just behind Travis, so 118 was the lap. They'll have to go 41 and 41, which is easy since he just went 46. Travis Scripture calling to the pit lane. How about our leaders? Brad Wilson. Brad Wilson peels off behind Hayden. Oh, he's sliding it onto the pit lane. He came in hot. Let's see if he got it woed down. No black flag shown yet. May have gotten away with that pit entry. And he smoked it onto the pit lane. Travis Scripture in the 18, Casey Graves in the 01, all on the pit lane. This time Casey Graves not picking up a penalty. I'm sure he's still mad at himself for what he did on that first green flag stop. Hayden probably coming this time. Hear him downshifting and making his way to the pit lane. He locks it up, but much neater than Travis Scripture, Brad Wilson. Brad rejoining the race. Phil Schmitz in the 07, one lap down. He rejoins the race as pit cycles everybody on the pit lane except Russ Harold, who pit a little early. Russ will have an extra stop. He did not make it into that window. Hayden Lowell hits his marks nice and clean. You see Blake Giglio still sitting there. I think he may be done for the race because there's no way he had 32 minutes of damage. 4 tires and fuel down and away for our race leader. Now it's all about where will the Wilson machine catch up to him. Into 1 and 2 they go. You see the purple and gray machine down there on the bottom, so I'm sure they'll be pretty close. Hopefully Hayden doesn't do a Ross Chastain. I'm sure he'll just come up and side draft a little bit. Briefly had a side draft on him and within the draft, so they'll be nose to tail before too long. I'm sure Hayden will make sure he catches up, uses up a little extra tire. Stay in the draft. There's Travis Martin. Travis Scripture is now 4th. Cliff Mullins 5th, 1.7 back. Philip Schmitz is 6th, 1 lap down. Russ Harold 7th, a lap down. He pit much earlier. He'll have to do an extra stop as Daniel Llewellyn goes by for position. Daniel on the fresh tires retakes 7th. Russ falls to 8th. Casey Graves, he's 6 seconds back of Russ Harold. He'll probably pass him for that 8th spot. Ian Montrose 2 laps down. Just hasn't gotten the caution he needs to get back into the action. You see the left front damage to the 01. Jimmy Shearer 14 laps down, and he'll have to pit probably in about 6 laps time. He'll probably go back down to 15. Everyone else has retired. Quinn Newton, Davis Greenwell, Blake Giglio, Nick Cooper, Brantley Bryant, Taylor Friday, and Mike Christopher, unfortunately all wiped out on that lap 28 crash. Hayden actually losing ground to Brad Wilson. Wilson is pushing the issue, trying to break the draft and keep Hayden from being able to reel him back in. So interesting strategy going on here. Brad Wilson wanting to get over a second where Hayden cannot draft him. Hayden trying to save the rubber for later in the run. It's right on board. There's your gap. Now under 8 tenths. It's Hayden trying to stay in the draft as best he can without burning up the tires. Onto the backstretch, and it is 7 tenths between the two. I think Brad Wilson's realized he's not going to break free, so he's no longer pushing as hard as Hayden's starting to reel him back in.
Thanks, Ian. So good.
Casey Graves, meanwhile, has been able to pass Russ Harold for the 8th spot. Daniel Wallen's reeling in Philip Schmitz for 6th. Keep an eye on that battle as we watch the leaders pull back together. Hayden catching up. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That's the 50s rear spoiler. That's pretty funny. And Hayden has reeled him in. Nose to tail are our race leaders once again. Sure they'll stay that way until they get back to the next pit cycle. Daniel was gaining ground on Philip Schmitz. There are the 32 and the 07, just over a second apart. Daniel has 1 lap older tires. Schmitz running the top. Daniel running more of a middle line. I really like the blue wheels in that car. I don't know if I ever noticed that before on Daniel's car. I don't know if they're normally black or blue. I like the blue wheels. Daniel, if that's different, I like it. If it's the same, sorry. Lap 128 of 200. We have, what, 4 or 5? 5 cars left on the lead lap. Cliff Mullins, the last of those. Man, I'm fighting a case of the dizzies right now. Hopefully you guys can bear with me, and I apologize. It's a bit fuzzy right now. Normally doesn't happen when I'm sitting down. Could be all the medication and shit I'm on. I have a message from race control. Battle for the race lead, Hayden all the way to the bottom. Can he get alongside? Does not look like it. But throwing something a little different at it. 70 laps to go. And unfortunately that early crash wiped out a lot of the competition. Ghostman riding in the 4th spot. Has 1.5 over Travis Scripture. The Travises near one another on the racetrack. Daniel's fallen over 2 seconds back of Philip Schmitz now, so I think that has settled for now. But Scripture is closing in ever so slightly on Travis Martin. See if that trend continues. Let's go on board the Skittles machine. Get a little ride along. Feel like we're in the action.
So when's the stage caution?
Yeah, boredom caution be real great right now.
I agree, because I gotta pay.
Those of you in the Twitch chat, 5 gifted subs or 5,000 bits. Throw the cost.
I mean, if all 11 drivers still running agree to that, then I will totally be on board.
I'm cool with it. Well,
Let me ask it this way: is anyone not cool with it?
Fucking.
I was joking. I don't want to caution. I like this 9-second advantage of the third.
I doubt anyone would give 5 anyway.
Watch Brad go in there and get 5 subs.
I mean, you just said you're not cool with it, so I can't do it now.
If Brad Wilson gets 5 subs, I'm cool with it.
There you go. What if it's one of the Shine guys on behalf of Brad Wilson?
Does not count. They can reimburse Brad at a later date, but Brad has to be the one to get them.
If he pulls over right now at gifts, I'm going to die laughing. Brad Wilson out in front, of course. Be very difficult for him to gift the 5 subs. Here, 9 seconds ahead of Travis Martin. Travis Scripture, you see them in the background there. That is the battle between the Travises for third, as that's getting tighter. Daniel Llewellyn and Casey Graves, that's a battle. The other 2 cars in that picture, the 32 and the 01, battling 1 lap down. So we got 3 battles to check out right now. I think our final stops will come with about 40 to go-ish. Relatively-ish. Casey Graves reeling in Daniel Llewellyn. It's the 01 versus the 32. That is for position in the top 10. Remember, Casey Graves trying to overcome that speeding penalty. He's got quite a lot of speed in the 01, but kind of screwed himself, and I'm pretty sure he's still mad. Daniel into the wall. Travis Scripture's going to come down, try to avoid the 32, and somehow we're 3 wide with only a handful of cars on track. Battle still knows the tails. They kind of work together, keep their 9-second advantage over Travis Martin. Russ Harold on and off the pit lane. He's back into the action, still running 10th. As long as he doesn't crash, he'll be able to hold on to that 10th. Battle for 7th. Casey Graves in the red Toyota trying to catch Daniel Llewellyn in the red, white, and blue. 32. Used to him in the 23. Have to pause. Casey Graves to the bottom of the track. See if he can pull up on Daniel and side draft on exit. Keep him from breaking past. Does not. Daniel stays way up by the wall to keep that side draft broken. Casey Graves keeps it right around that bottom, so he's still going to try and side draft on corner entry. Didn't get him much. And Graves should have him cleared here. Casey takes over 7th. Daniel drops to 8th. Daniel stays in the draft. Man, just tagged the wall there. Needs Travis Scripture Machine right behind him. Travis 1.2 and losing ground to Travis Martin. There's Travis Martin up ahead. Daniel in the wall on corner entry. That'll allow Scripture to get free of Daniel. Now he's going to try and second behind Casey Graves. Casey has 1 lap fresher tires than Travis, so he too might pull Travis Scripture up to Travis Martin using a little bit of a draft. So we'll see if those Toyotas can kind of work together. 18 in the 01. 01 might pull the 18 up to 3rd place Travis Martin. Back to our lead group. They're still dancing. About 17 laps. We'll see everybody pit for their final pit stop. I'm going to try to get some of this delicious spaghetti that Badger has prepared for us. It is delicious, by the way. Happy Mother's Day once again to all the mothers out there. I know this day can be pretty tough on some people, so if you're one of those people, hang in there.
You know, Brad, I've been looking at the back of your car for a while, obviously, and I just realized I figured out what's wrong with it. It's not free Dan, it's free Neo.
That's a whole nother story.
We got some time. Why don't you tell us about what free Dan is? Because I've been wondering.
Basically, me and a buddy of mine named Dan went and did this Nazar series, and they accused him of cheating, and they're like, I really pissed you at us, so I won the championship, and they kicked us out, and Dan got banned. So it's free.
That's impressive. What was he doing to be considered cheating? Or what made them think they were cheating?
I have no idea.
I wish we could throw that, Matt, but Hayden said he wasn't cool with it. Blame Hayden.
Like, he tried to comply, and then we held it up to a vote, and they wanted to kick him out.
Interesting. Was he kind of annoying about it? Like, you know, Ryan Pyle can be?
Yeah, I know.
Indeed, the 0-1 has pulled the 18 up to the 63. Now we'll see how this unfolds. Travis Scripture in the 18, trying to catch Travis Martin in the 63, with the lap car in between. And there you see they have gotten closer. You're falling asleep. I know it is pretty sad how spread out everything got. Script actually slows down to stay behind the 0-1 instead of trying to take a different route. Let's see if Casey Graves does not get right on the Ghost Man, does not pull him back with the side drafts. And Travis Scripture going to have to do it himself. Here comes the 0-1 back up the track. He'll stay to the bottom and let Travis have the top. Travis and Travis. And Casey's just staying way down to the bottom, staying out of this. Now that they're together, the third place battle. Casey really has no one around him to battle, so he's letting them go at it. Nice move there from the 0-1. $50 laps to go. Really could have made this a 100-lap race, but we're having fun. 2 battles to talk about at least. 11 drivers still in the race. Travis a little too close to the wall there. But it helps. Closed right up to the back bumper of that Mustang. Scripture has 1 lap fresher tires than Travis Martin, so not a big a deal. But not nothing. Here we go for the move. Looking to the inside. Trying to throw some air on that spoiler of Travis Martin. Ducks down to the inside. Doesn't have him clear. Won't be able to slide up. He'll have to side drop the heck out of him off the corner. Keep him from pulling away. Tries to, but doesn't get close enough, and Travis Martin hangs on to the 3rd spot. Travis Scripture going to take a little while to regroup, get another run, and we'll see where he goes with it. Pit stop window closing in. Probably about 8 laps away. Man, Travis Martin, Travis Scripture all good up to the wall. Kind of a target lock situation where they just follow on each other. Both bounce into the fence. Script gets the nose ahead. Can he get clear down into the corner? No, Travis Martin drives it a lane lower so he doesn't get into the wall. That allows him to keep up momentum. So it might just be a Kansas thing, Matt, about the falling asleep. Still side by side we go for this battle for third. It's the battle for the lead is also side by side. I think Ian Montrose might be the first car to start the pit cycle, maybe about 3 to 5, maybe 7 laps away from that. Travis Scripture got a little too much of the wall. I'll allow Travis Martin to get away again. We'll go back to the lead battle. Hayden still wrapping it around the white line. Brad Wilson using the high lane. It's a 1.5 mile thing, not all of them. Not all of them. Oof, Brad Wilson got tight off the corner, wiggled the back end, cutting the wheels so much. Hayden trying to dump some air on that rear spoiler. Drops all the way to the bottom. Going to clear Brad Wilson. See where Hayden decides to pull up. Going to take the normal line, not pull up too early. Hayden all back to the race lead. Lap number 155. Brad Wilson, Travis Martin, Travis Scripture, Cliff Mullins. Cliff still in the top 5 on the lead lap. Philip Schmitz running 6th, but a lap down. Casey Graves, Daniel Wallen. Graves has about 5 seconds to make up on Philip Schmitz. See if he can keep recovering from that speeding penalty. Lost 40 seconds of race time. That's how he ends up a lap down and about 40 seconds behind the leader. Scripture reeling in Martin again. It's made up half that ground he lost. And we are officially in the window of people being able to pit and make it to the end. We'll see who blinks first. I know Hayden likes to run longer, have the fresher tires at the end, be on offense. And the first one to blink is Casey Graves. 01 car in the pit window, decides to bring it down. Casey Graves going to throw the new tires on and see what he can do. Try to chase down Philip Schmitz for that 6th spot. Thought Montrose might be the first to blink, but it is Casey Graves. Montrose on lap 42 of his run. Has the oldest tires out there. Here's your lead battle. Hayden Lowell, Brad Wilson. Hayden all the way to the bottom like he usually is. The way Hayden runs that low line, he could actually pit and catch Brad Wilson off guard. Since he runs low every lap anyway. He'd be able to slow down and catch Brad Wilson if he wants to. 40 to go. This is pretty much the halfway point of most people's run. They'll have to pit sometime in the next 4 to 5 laps. So far, only one to pit. Casey Graves. Everyone else still needing to make their final stop. And Travis Martin, Travis Scripture. Travis Martin, 3rd place battle is 13 seconds behind the race leader. Daniel Llewellyn, oh no. Daniel is sped entering the pit lane. 32 car busted for speeding as he makes his pit stop. Also on the pit road, Ian Montrose finally does come down 44 laps into his run. Travis Martin slowing down the 63, coming to the pit lane. He'll be the first of our top 5 cars to hit the pits. See if Cliff
Jeremy,
comes.
I'm pitting.
Brad Wilson on the pit lane as well. Cliff's going to stay out another lap. Here comes the race leader, Hayden Lull. Nice and tidy, not as extreme as the last entry he had. See if Script comes to the pit lane. Scripture and Mullins, the last of the top 5. And Travis Scripture does slow down the 18 and head into the pit lane. See what Cliff decides to do. Cliff's going to stay out one more and run it dry. There is Hayden. Cliff Mullins goes by to take the race lead. Left side tires going on the 56. Down and away he goes. Comes up behind Daniel Llewellyn. He pulls away from Travis Scripture, who's on the pit lane. Here comes Brad Wilson. He was the first one to pit. He will overtake Hayden, but Hayden will be right there with him. See if Brad Wilson pushes again and tries to get over a second so Hayden can't draft. Unfortunately, that plan's going to get screwed by the 32. He'll be in between them, and the 32 will be able to be drafted by Hayden. Hayden is 1.3 back and out of the draft, but Daniel Llewellyn should be able to help Hayden catch back up. Cliff Mullins hits the pit lane in the 37. That should complete the pit cycle of the main drivers. Russ Harold and Jordan Mashira will still have to pit. Hayden 1.5 and losing ground to Brad Wilson. Travis Martin 15-second gap. Travis Scripture half-second gap. Cliff Mullins coming off the pit lane, currently 5th. Should have enough advantage over Casey Graves not to lose position. Graves did jump over Phil Schmitz through the pit cycle. Has 1.9 seconds over the 07. We'll see if Schmitz can run him back down with the 4-lap fresher tires or not. So good battle potentially there for 6. Travis Martin, Travis Scripture, of course they're still together. The Travis battle for supremacy. And you also have Montrose and Llewellyn battle for 9th. And you see Llewellyn and Montrose is up ahead. Hayden's got 1.3 in closing. Works to the inside of Daniel Llewellyn. Llewellyn. Martin and Scripture, 3rd and 4th. Closest battle on track. Hayden about to get it under a second. And gets it down to 9/10 briefly. Clears the corner. Trying to get back into Brad's draft here. And he is gaining ground. There's your gap back to Hayden. Travis Scripture, meanwhile, getting past Travis Martin while we were watching this other battle. Travis Scripture becomes the supreme Travis. Travis Martin wants his title back. Goes back to the inside, looking at the bottom. Not going to get there at this moment. Check back out on our lead gap. This is down to 6/10, and Montrose is between them. That'll help Hayden get a little more draft. Brad Wilson had pulled it out to 1.3 seconds on Hayden. Hayden steadily reeling him back in. 32 laps to go. Now Hayden is there. Believe it or not, we got 2-car battles everywhere. Brad Wilson, Hayden Lull, that's the battle for the lead. You got Travis and Travis, that's the battle for 3rd. Graves and Schmitz, the battle for 6th. And you got Montrose and Llewellyn, the battle for 9th. Daniel Llewellyn working to take that 9th spot away. Battle for the lead and the battle for 9th right here together. All in a little 4-car pack. Montrose gets to the outside of Hayden. Probably annoying Hayden a little bit, but he has the right to race, so fuck it. Llewellyn following Hayden, trying to anyway. Got a little high on entry. Philip Schmitz, Casey Graves. Schmitz did run down Graves. Wraps around the inside and able to complete the pass is Philip Schmitz. Retakes 6th place after the pit cycle. This is chaos up here. The 3-lap down cars are racing hard as hell right behind our race leaders. 29 laps to go. Russ Harrell makes his final pit stop in the 19. I'll drop him down to 10th, and Montrose and Llewellyn move up to 8th and 9th. Montrose to the top. Llewellyn runs the bottom like the leaders. Allows Llewellyn to get up side by side with Montrose. See if he'll stay up there and keep the side draft on. Montrose trying not to get himself side drafted. Casey Graves losing ground to Philip Schmitz, so the 6th place battle is opening up. Travis Scripture is pulling away from Travis Martin, so that battle is also getting farther apart. Really, all the battles are right here. Both of them. Lead battle, 50 and 56. I think Hayden may have just made the slightest of contact.
I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, there you go.
Keep it up there.
There you go. Hayden didn't want to get into him, so he lets him keep it. Daniel Llewellyn finally does get by Ian Montrose. Goes around the outside. Daniel keeps up with the leaders. Ian stays high. Daniel keeping up with his lead pack. Has equal tires to him, so pretty good. Ian Montrose to the inside. Wants to get that spot back from Daniel. Daniel comes down to that middle groove. Makes it work, though. Could have pulled himself back with the side draft. See Cliff Mullins just behind him in 5th. A lap down. Has fresher tires than the cars ahead. Got 16 seconds to try and catch the Travis battle. Probably a little too much, but you never know. Not running quite the speed he needs to catch them. Montrose lost significant ground. Checking on the Travises. There they are. Scripture and Martin. Martin just got a pretty decent run. Caught right up to the back bumper of the 18 machine. Three battles all within a second right now. Brad Wilson, Hayden Lull, the leaders, still nose to tail. I'm sure they're waiting to do their final battle here. Travis Scripture, Travis Martin, that's the 3rd place matchup. You got Philip Schmitz just ahead, battling Casey Graves. And you got Daniel Llewellyn and Ian Montrose right behind our race leaders. All top 10 battles. Hayden was your pole sitter in that Arc Music Camaro. Travis Scripture, Travis Martin duking it out again. The Travises. Ghostman and Scripture. Side by side across the stripe. Scripture up by the wall. Travis Martin down by the white line. And Toyota's going to hold off the forward for now. Chevy and Toyota for the front of the field. Daniel Llewellyn keeping pace in that Camaro. Impressing me. Daniel staying right in this fight. Trying to stay ahead of Ian Montrose, just behind him. 21 laps to go from Kansas Speedway. Getting to the end of this 200 lap race. If you missed it early on, unfortunately a huge crash on lap 28 took out almost half the field. Spread the field really far apart. I believe we've been green ever since. We offered a 5 gifted sub caution, but Hayden Lowell, ironically the guy who suggested it, then decided against it. There has been beef between these two before. Brad Wilson, Hayden Lowell. Figured it's worth a mention. Hayden Lowell and Shenandoah Shine have had a lot of situations where they have not exactly seen eye to eye. Travis Martin, Travis Scripture going at it again. Script down bottom this time. Ghostman to the top. Travis going to be able to power around the outside here. See if Scripture puts on a lot of side draft. He does not. Travis Martin retakes the 3rd spot. Our Casey Graves, Philip Schmidt's battle has fallen apart as Casey Graves fallen back with the 4-lap older tires. What we saw happen to Cliff in that first run. Neil Wall and Ian Montrose. Our lead battles, we're down to 3. 3 battles going on with 18 to go. Travis and Travis putting on the best show at the moment. Keep trading this 3rd spot back and forth. I see Scherer trying to help teammate Travis Martin. Moves up to give him the draft. Then we'll see if he moves out of Travis's preferred line. He's going to go to the bottom. Travis has been running high, so Travis can get air on that nose and keep the grip through the corner. And then Scherer going to offer the draft once again. Scherer has fresher tires, so he can pull away from these guys. That's how he's staying ahead of Travis Martin. All the cars have completed their final stops as Russ Harold and Jeremy Scherer came down about 10 laps ago. So where they're running now is where they're going to be roughly battling till the end. Hayden seems content to let Brad Wilson lead, probably trying to save a little tire behind him. Then he'll try to put on the move late in the run, maybe 10 to 5 to go, somewhere in that range. Martin and Scripture starting to separate a little bit. Draft from the teammate seeming to help the Ghost Man pull away from Travis Scripture. See Casey Graves in that picture as well. He was with Philip Schmitz, but he has fallen back 2 seconds back now. Daniel Wall and Ian Montrose. The Wallens opened up a half second over Montrose. If you guys want to try and join this league, you can check out all the information at discord.gg/Sidewinder. We have the $10 open slots or the freebie slots, your choice. Open slots get to contend for prize money and potential other prizes. The open spot just contends for a picture of the race car. But can get out here and race with us for free, so that's fun. $11 cars still running, so 11 cars will be in the running for a hero card at the end of the race if all 11 are still running in 13 laps time. Yellow Brick Road 300 from Kansas, winding down. 13, really 12 and a half laps to go. Closest battle is our leaders. They're nose to tail. Hayden seems to be just waiting to make his move and later in the run, hoping he saves the tire, hoping Brad Wilson burns him up, holding the lead. Casey Graves has started to reel back in Philip Schmitz. There's Casey in 7th, Philip in 6th. The 1st and 4th car in this picture. Actually, 1st and 5th car in that picture. Jerry Scherer on the fresher tires, pulling them back up to the 07 of Philip Schmitz. Philip gets right up by the wall, riding that wall line to perfection with the older tires. 27 laps.
I'll go low. Yeah, I've been running high.
Philip Schmitz has given them the top. Jerry Scherer had already decided to go low. Jerry Scherer is going to have the fresher tires. I don't know if he heard the radio transmission there, but he enters low and stays low behind the 07. Travis Martin, Travis Scripture get around the outside of the 15. Scherer gets down out of the way. Casey Graves is catching the 07 quickly as Philip Schmitz stays low. Philip Schmitz about to lose position by letting this group by, because that 01 and 07 are battling for that 6th spot. So we'll see how the zeros battle here. And oh, by the way, Travis Martin, Travis Scripture knows the tail. Casey Graves holding off Philip Schmitz despite the 4-lap older tires right now. We'll see if Schmitz can reel him back in the Dallas Stars machine. Right up by the wall on exit. 10 to go. Now 9 to go. Hayden up to the top. Brad running low. Gives all the air to the nose of the 56, and he's going to have momentum down this backstretch. See where he takes it. Going to try and dump some air on that rear spoiler and go to the inside. Brad runs the middle to keep Hayden from coming up. Pinching the 56 down on exit. Brad Wilson ahead at the line. Hayden running up the hill to give him some side draft and put some air on that rear spoiler. I'm sure we'll see Hayden dive all the way to the white line. Brad Wilson. Here comes Hayden up the hill. He knew he was beat. He wanted to dump side draft immediately on that 50. Didn't quite get there. Brad Wilson hangs on to the race lead. 7.5 to go. Meanwhile, the Scriptures, the Travises, are battling side by side. Travis Martin, Travis Scripture. Martin ahead by a nose, now a race car. Daniel Wall and Ian Montrose, they're back together. That battle had spread out. Back to the race lead. Hayden Lowell keeping air on the nose of the car. They'll be nose to tail down the backstretch. I don't think Hayden has as much momentum this time. Didn't get that run off the top. Into 3 and 4 they go. Hayden running a lane off the wall. Wilson running right down by the yellow line. Yellow line. White line here at Kansas. Used to saying yellow. Wilson ahead. 6 laps to go from Kansas. Meanwhile, Llewellyn and Montrose, they're battling for 8th. Good battle for the lead. Good battle for 3rd. Well, we got battles everywhere. Not that many cars on track, but we got battles everywhere. Travises are side by side again. Scripture low, Martin high. Scripture's running this middle groove. Martin at the wall. They're side by side coming out of turn number 2. 5.5 to go. Scripture trying to dump all the air on the back of Travis Martin's machine. Hayden has lost a little ground to the 50. Hayden all the way to the top, trying to generate a run here. Out of turn 4, they come back to the line, and it's going to be 4 laps to go from Kansas. Does Hayden have enough to put a move on Brad Wilson here? He got a hell of a run out of turn 4. Gets to the inside. He has him clear. He's going to go straight up the track for the slide job. Brad Wilson ready for it. Cuts back to the inside. Dumps all the air on Hayden coming off the corner. And he is trying to get away from Hayden to not get side drafted. He gets clear. Brad Wilson hangs onto the race lead. Hayden Law is going to throw it back down to the inside. And he's going to slide it up and park it again. This time he's going to park it in the middle. He doesn't go all the way to the wall. Brad Wilson gives him a shot as Hayden Lowell, ready for the crossover, parked it in the middle of the racetrack very deliberately. Brad Wilson right on his back bumper now. Brad's going to have to figure out a way back around Hayden with 3 to go. As Hayden showing he's ready to do anything to keep the lead. Brad Wilson right up by the wall. Hayden Lowell out in front with 2.5 to go. Does Brad Wilson have anything for him? Travis Martin's pulled ahead of Travis Scripture by 0.3. Montrose maintains 0.3 over Llewellyn. Eight corners remain. Now 7. And 6 corners to go. Can Brad Wilson throw a move and take the race win? Or is this Hayden Lowell's the win? Brad Wilson reeling him back in. Knows Hayden's willing to park it in the middle of the racetrack. Wonder if that 4X gave any damage to the 50's nose. White flag in the air. 4 corners to go. And Brad Wilson get to that back bumper and do something with Hayden. Hayden's going to have the run off the top. Hayden's breaking the draft down the backstretch. Wilson's going to have to full send into 4. He's taking the top, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Hayden Lowell wraps the bottom, takes it out of turn number 4. Hayden Lowell, 200 laps at Kansas and Yellow Brick Road 300. Hayden Lowell is your winner in the 56 Arc Music Machine. Brad Wilson comes up just short in the Shenandoah Shine Toyota. Travis Martin trying to hold off Travis Scripture for the 3rd spot. Looks like Martin will get the job done. Travis Scripture not quite close enough to throw anything out of turn 4. Travis Martin finishes off your podium. Travis Scripture will get 4th. Cliff Mullins 5th. Casey Graves in 6th. Holds off Philip Schmitz for 7th. Ian Montrose comes across the line in 8th. Holds off Daniel Llewellyn. And Russ Harold picks up a top 10. I believe that's his first top 10 of the season. Jeremy Scherer in 11th. And that is our 11 finishers here tonight. Congrats to all those 11 drivers. Hayden Lowell, your race winner here at Kansas. Let's get all the fancy graphics up for him. And there you go. Hayden Lowell. Harden it down. Let's bring him in.
Guys.
Oh, where is the 56? There he is. Hayden, DG, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Swiss.
Well, we brought home in victory lane. You absolutely parked the bus in the middle of the track to make sure he couldn't get that crossover on you. Did you feel like you had it once he ran into the back of you?
A couple corners later is where I thought I had it. I thought he might be able to generate a run. He might throw a slider of his own. But had enough of a gap that we could cover it. And just kind of did some aero blocking from there and brought it home P1 finally. Finally this season.
Finally, when the 56 gets the victory here at Kansas. You got those friends, family, sponsor shout-outs for your victory, and I know you have the local one to shout-out since we're running a special paint this week.
Yeah, Arc Music will thank first for being in Kansas here and running the Arc Music paint scheme. Arc Music, Napa Auto Parts, Madigan Motorsport, C2X, Low Drag Esports, as always, Usefris for putting on our broadcast, and the Evers podcast for putting on, helping put on Sidecar. And all the other admin and sponsors that put on our 8 leagues on 6 different days of the week.
Well, now that you're here, I do want to thank you as well for putting up the session for us when I wasn't feeling very good. And I literally had no idea where I was when I woke up. So, that's how much medication I'm on right now. But
fair enough. Yeah, you get a lot of shit. Some of it deserved, some of it not. But you deserve some help every once in a while. You do a lot. So figured I'd help you out with that one and get us racing tonight.
And look at the good karma. You got the win. So good job on the victory here at Kansas. And get on out of here, enjoy it, and we'll see you maybe tomorrow night for the Arco.
Maybe it's not good karma. Maybe I gave everyone else maybe a little bit of a weight penalty. Power restriction.
Oh, you're saying you cheated putting up the session? Oh, my goodness. That would never happen, would it?
Not for me, no. But, yeah, everything was totally cool, and it was fun battling Brad there. Just kind of sat there and bid my time, and once it was time to go, went forward, and he did a good job for a while, and I finally just decided, sliders, park it, gotta go. And, yeah, there we were.
Sam forward. Congrats on the good run. Get on out of here. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you very much, Swiss.
Hayden Lowell brings it home in P2. Let's see, or P1, sorry. Brad Wilson, where's he at? I was looking for Brad. There he is. Bring him up here. Brad, DG, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, that Hayden fella parked the bus on you, ran right in the back of him. What did you maybe need to not have that happen and get past him?
I think I needed about 30 more horsepower, a can of Coors Light, and a Dream. I hit him with a slide job earlier in the race, and I kind of did the same thing. So I mean, I felt like it was pretty clean, and we had a good race to the end. It was a long one, a long green flag run, and Yeah, it was fun.
I was going to say, how much fun was that to have such a long green flag run? We had that big wreck early on lap like 28, and then from there it was kind of clean racing, and people kind of settled in. Of course, half the field was gone.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty fun. I mean, I was in there with all them, and they're sitting over there playing Fortnite, so I was just listening to them and doing my own thing, and just having a good time.
Well, how did I get in on this Fortnite? I went in.
I think they're full.
Son of a bitch. Well, I'm going to go in there and just shoot against them then. All right. Well, thanks not Bradley Wilson for coming in and giving us the Brad Wilson interview. We appreciate you filling in for him. Hopefully you had a good time out there. Get me with your friends and family and sponsors for this P2.
Yeah, Shanda will shine, Bradley Wilson Racing, Moon Car. You for streaming this, and everybody for coming out. Brandon Bryan, he was fast, and it sucks that he got into it and got wrecked out. So I think he would have won this thing. Personally, I think he was fastest car out there.
Interesting opinion from Brad Wilson on Brantley Bryant there.
Yeah, Casey came back and got a 6. I mean, he was lapped down, but he still came back and got a 6. Yeah, everybody for showing up. We had a good time tonight, and we'll see what happens next week.
10-4, we'll see you next week, and thanks for joining us, and thanks for filling in for the interview. If you didn't notice, that's definitely Brantley Bryant and not Brad Wilson, but he put his name in Discord as Brad Wilson. It's pretty funny. All right, let's go find the ghost man here and bring home our third place. Interview Mr. Travis DG. You got a copy?
Hello.
Hello. Well, it's great to hear your beautiful voice to go along with your beautiful face and your beautiful race car, and you were able to reign supreme as the ultimate Travis in this race, beating Travis Scripture back to the line. How did that battle feel out there? You felt like you were battling for a long time.
Yeah, it's felt like we were battling the entire race. Honestly, I would get on pit road easy and get off, have a couple seconds, and he'd catch back up, and then vice versa. So it was good, man. We were right there even. It was that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Being able to run the wall like that was really fun. Kind of seems a little OP if I'm gonna be honest, but take what the track gives you, I guess.
That's right. It's not your fault that the sim doesn't do it exactly like life is.
Yeah, exactly.
Take what you're given and use it to your ability.
Exactly. Yeah, that was really fun. Hats off to Trav. That was clean racing, everybody.
Travis said all around cleanest sidecar race so far.
I would agree with that. I would agree wholeheartedly.
Well, that's because a certain group was missing, and also half the field was wiped out in one wreck.
Well, we don't talk about the whys. We just talk about, what happened.
Yeah, the facts are the facts. It doesn't matter why, right?
There we go.
All right. Congrats on that P3 finish. Great to talk to you after race. Great to talk to you anytime. We appreciate you, my man. And I did have one question. Are you okay with a personal question here?
Shoot.
All right, what happened with the streaming? You ever coming back?
Man, if I'm going to get real with you,
do it.
I got into like a real bad headspace, right? Where like my wife was like supporting our family, right? And I felt really bad about that. And like the streaming was fun, and I'm so grateful for like everything that everybody contributed and all the time spent, and all the subs and everything. I had to go find a way to put some more bread on the table.
I was gonna say a little better life balance. Sounds like.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I got a little in my head. I got to where I was taking these races so seriously, and every race was, you gotta do well, and I got really caught up in all of like the BS of it, and as much as I really, really want to do it again, I'm so busy with work these days, and I do the races here too, and I'm happy. I'm still part of the community. Still get to be here, and still get to see everybody's lovely faces.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do what's best for you. Oh, maybe we can just get you to start turning off the stream just for when you're running these, and then turn it off when you're done.
We'll see. Dude, honestly, since I got my new PC, I don't have anything from streaming. I've got like a folder with like all my stuff in it, but I don't have any of my settings for like Streamlabs and whatever. So I don't know. Maybe one day.
We were just floating it out there,
Yeah, I like watching you though.
Hey, there we go. I appreciate you, my man. That was asked in stream, and I didn't honestly know the answer, so I figured I'd ask you.
Well, there you go. Combination of mental health and need some more moolah.
Yeah, it do happen that way. All right, bud. Congrats on the strong run here, P3. We always love having you hang out. It's great to have an interview with you at the end of the race. Go ahead and blast me with all those friends, family, and sponsor shoutouts.
Man, I gotta say first, I love your face, and I really do love this community. I, appreciate everybody, and we all have some disagreements sometimes, but the real ones, the OGs, and everyone's who sticks around, y'all the real ones, and I really do. That's why I've been here for so long. I really enjoy you guys. But 10 cents, boys, love your faces. 23 graphics for the paint scheme. SRL.
McConey.
Yeah, McConey. Love your face, McConey. Nice job on the ARCA start the other day. Love that. And then your lovely face, Mr. DGSRacing.com. If you're not in a league, come join it. It's a lot of fun. You get to watch yourself after, and you get to hear a beautiful voice commentate the whole thing.
Yeah, it's discord.gg/Sidewinder. Get in on all of our action. Is that all you got?
It's the rules. That's it. That's all I got.
All right. Well, congrats on that strong run. And, being the highest finishing Mustang, that has to be a little feather in your cap as well. All right, bud.
There we go.
Rowley says shout out to all your because Rowley's a dick.
I'm not media trained, okay?
All right. Well, maybe one day we'll put your little partner thing to use and make a really cool team. I know we mentioned that before, but I wanted to put that back in your head.
I'll double check on that because I sent them an email and I don't know if they ever respond. I'll try that again tomorrow. I promise.
There we go. I just want to get it back in your head, so we're thinking about it. All right, bud. Congrats on that, P3. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow or Tuesday, one of the two.
Love your face.
Night. Travis Martin bringing it home, P3. Let's look at our final results so we can get on out of here and enjoy the rest of our weekend. Of course, Hayden Lowell is your race winner, so we'll get him up on the screen. There you go. Hayden Lowell, Brad Wilson, Travis Martin getting podium finishes. Travis Scripture, Cliff Mullins rounding out your top 5. Casey Graves, Philip Schmitz, Ian Montrose, Daniel Law, and Russ Harold round out your top 10. All of those cars making it to the end of the race, along with Jeremy Shearer. He picked up 16 laps of damage, but still fought to the end. We appreciate him doing that. And as a result, he moved up from about 17th all the way to 11th as out of the race early from damage from that lap, 26, 27, 28, somewhere in there. The crash we had. Quinn Newton, Davis Greenwell, Blake Giglio, Nick Cooper, Brantley Bryant, Taylor Friday, and Mike Chris all caught up in that and out of the race in various stages as they realized their cars were too damaged to be competitive. Thanks everyone for coming out tonight. We appreciate you so much. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there that happen to be watching this, or happy Mother's Day to all of our drivers, whatever. Hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful time watching our race broadcast, and we'll see you guys in the next event. Thank you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow for the ARCA series. Thank you so much, and have a great night. Wraps up the YouTube. Thanks, Avid, for saying I sound a lot better. I've been trying, man. Yesterday was rough.